So, guys, I'm gonna show you, or I'm gonna tell you about the tale of the Giants magazine whole thing. So, let's get some background song because I don't like to do this without any song. Tujer, you're doing great, Ani. Oh, really, Soto? Are you, really? It's like you rock, but the Blackish edition. So, I'm gonna tell you the story of Giants magazine again. Giants magazine. Let me take off the reverb. Sorry. Giants magazine. It's like it was born in 2013 or 2012. I'm not sure. And não, Black, isso não, isto é uma música normal, calma. And the thing is, it was me, Tigmad, you know, sometimes Tigmad pop up there, and another friend. Actually, the brother of my, you know, of the former girlfriend that I had, you know, that I was talking about, that kind of made me wrote some songs. It's your rock, but I prefer the Black edition. Okay, it makes sense. So we got together. Let's not say ex. Let's say former. It's more, you know, it's more fancy. It's my ex. And the thing is, the three of us wanted to have a band because we were totally into music. You know, I was still learning how to play the guitar and all those things, and I didn't even like. I had those YouTube videos that some of you saw. I had some of those on YouTube, and and you know the other guy, the brother, actually began to write some of the songs, and Tigmad he really wanted to learn how to play drums. He didn't play anything, but he really wanted to try it. And we recorded this. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you this again. This wonderful video. I freaking love this. I'm not joking. Like, freaking love this video. It has all its flaws, but I freaking love it. And why were we Giants magazine? Don't ask me. Like I remember we chose something like magazine because of, you know, the old thing of telling stories. 2013. That place no longer exists. Como assim? Nadia, thank you so much. How are you? Welcome. Sexy. I was very sexy. Nadia, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Oh, it was modified. Okay. I don't remember going there, to be honest. Like, how old is he? Like, this is Stigmad, by the way. This is the guy that introduced me to World of Warcraft. So, if you guys wanna eat at someone, it's this guy. And yeah, it's still at air. It's you, Cassie. I'm the one in red. I'm this one. Rouge. Nadia, I'm fine, thank you. Are you all right? You don't seem like it. And BG, I was like 20 or something like that. I don't know. No, it was 8 years ago. I was 19, 20. Yeah, 19. Who's the guy in red shirt and an awfully high-pitched voice? It's me! Yeah, I've changed a little bit, yeah. It's so because it's mine now. not. It's not a mustache. It's part of the beard. Come on. Look at Tigman, the drummer, the pro drummer. This is the road. Shall I cross that lovely side? One of the tenses I sing, impossible song. Yes, I can you, impossible song. Yes, I can you. If you had to change something about yourself in a video, what would it be? Oh, Cassie, I don't know. Maybe that hair, or maybe the mustache. I don't know. I wouldn't change anything, to be honest. I am the magnum, experience. I am the one. You can hear how my voice changed. Like you can understand how my voice changed over the years. Just look at this supersonic speed. I have a beard on this video. I have it. Now it's growing again. Yeah, this is in Portugal, yeah. See, I close my eyes and imagine. Sweet, how was the stream, Sweet? Welcome back. How was the stream? Tell me. I mean, tell us. I close my eyes and imagine that I will have to cross the region. Trying to love you, and this is what it's like your words. And we were like, well, it's over. Words by Night cover, yeah. So this was the Giants. Our only video was this. This was our only video, and it had like 1,462 views. Like, it's something for us. It's something. And you know, it was really, really nice to do this. Giants magazine. So we had me, Pedro, yeah. We had Tigmar, Tiago, and we had Diogo. He's not there. And the three of us created Giants magazine. We made that video, that cover, because we were really into Stokes William. Yeah, the name of the band of that song. But you know what? Like, me and Tigmar stayed in Braga, but Diogo had to go to Lisbon for the university, and he didn't have the time. Tigmar, he started dating with someone, and he was, doing his things, and he didn't have the drumming lessons that he wanted. But now he's learning. Finally. But it passed. And I was the one that really wanted to be a musician, And I was like, well, I'm going to ask them if I can take the name and if I can take, some of the things that we wrote and try to make music out of it. And well, things began to roll. And the Giants magazine, it's not actually a group, it's a project. And what's the difference? Like, it's like Bon Iver. Bon Iver, I think you may know. Like, Bon Iver is a project. Justin Vernon is the person behind the project. He also has Volcano Choir, he also has other projects. Bon Iver and Volcano Choir are just some of those projects. And so Giants Magazine kind of became a project that I had. It's not a group, it's not a band, it's just a project. My idea is, if I'm ever able to take this forward, of course, Giants Magazine is my project, so I will be in the band. But if I need someone to play cello, if I need someone to play drums, if I need someone to play the piano, they will come and they will play with us. But like Giants Magazine, it's kind of my creation. So people will be part of the band, but the band that is in the band. I think you can understand, like the Lumineers. The Lumineers are Wes and Jeremiah. The singer and guitar player and the drummer, and then the rest of the band, they play with the Lumineers. They are kind of the Lumineers, but the Lumineers are those two guys, and this is the same thing. It's like featuring. It's like they play with us. Like, they can be Giants Magazine, but the Giants Magazine project is mine, because I'm the one that is giving my, showing my face to the project, so it kind of makes sense. Let me just see. Oh, Blackish Unicorn has gifted a sub to Pijama da Maria. What is happening? Blackish Unicorn won something because she... You're not listening. Fuck. Blackish Unicorn, thank you! Thank you so much, Blackish Unicorn. Thank you. You're crazy. I don't know what's happening with you guys. But you guys are awesome. I did win something. What? What have you won? Tell me. Oh, I just opened the email. Oh, fuck. I won you all almost a year ago. Oh, jeez. Blackish Unicorn. Come on, don't make me cry. Se não choras és cubo deslicencível. A Blackish é. Quer dizer, já não é fogo. Se fosse Covid, não teria roubado a carteira da Pedro. Carteira? A carteira. So, okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue the story. So, we had this. And I was like, okay, I want to write songs, about something, but I want to continue to write songs and to perform them. Because my goal one day is to be, a musician, because I really want to be one. I had the YouTube channel, and, I was doing covers and all those things, but, like, having English songs with Pedro Melo, it's not, it's not the right thing. So, my idea was to have Giants Magazine to have all those things and to be my project's name. When I launched the Storyteller, there was some mistakes on the contract that I had, and I launched it as Pedro Melo and not as Giants Magazine. But one day, I'm pretty sure I will launch the songs with the right name, Giants Magazine. So, when we, Giants Magazine, began to write some songs, the first song that we did was Tartarus, I think. And I think I wrote Tartarus and the Storyteller with that guy, Diogo. I think Diogo wrote like the first, maybe the first part of the chorus of the Storyteller or something, and then I completed it. Tartarus, we made it like back to back. We made it, the two of us. We wrote the old song. And then the other ones, they were just drafts that we had, and we didn't do anything with them. And then I picked up those drafts and tried to make something out of it. So our idea was to create an album, And the album, Don't Ask Me Why, was going to be named The Book of the Dark Valley. We got that name, to be honest, I don't know from where, but we got that name because on Tartarus, we speak about the Dark Valley, you know, because we were kind of talking about our thoughts and our deepest thoughts. And so the Book of the Dark Valley, like the concept of the book, the album, kind of appeared. And then I began to write some songs I tried to finish some of those songs. And, you know, when I realized some of the songs kind of fit, you know, like the whole album in my head, because there are like 2 or 3 songs that aren't finished yet. But in my head, like a lot of those songs kind of complemented each other. Like they could be independent, but at the same time, they could work like together. Like the lyrics of some of the songs could complement the lyrics of the others. And you're gonna understand that when I explain it. So, let's go to the Book of the Dark Valley, okay? I'm gonna explain every single song and the whole story that I had in mind, okay? Minha carteira está no congelador, que me roubaste também, no frigorífico. Fuck. Obrigado, Wally. Sweet. You stole my fridge. Oh boy. So, I'm gonna show you now the Book of the Dark Valley, okay? And I'm gonna tell you this like I wrote it on 2016, okay? Because I recorded some songs after I went to The Voice because, you know, I had some hype and whatever. So I'm gonna tell this. I can do it, BG. I can do it. In my idea, the Book of Dark Valley had to be like a story. It's not a great story, you know. It's just a really simple story, but it was kind of my story, okay? And it was heavily influenced by The Big Fish. I don't know if you ever watched The Big Fish, the movie. It's precisely about a storyteller, and it was really, really influenced by it. And the whole concept of the story of the Book of Dark Valley is you're gonna read like a lot of small chapters, and you're gonna read them from the perspective of the person who wrote the story. And then at the end, you're gonna understand that not every single detail is as the guy told it. And as I told you, I wrote a lot of those things like after a breakup, because I really wanted to, you know, to say some things. And at the same time, I really wanted to show to that person what I was feeling in some way, and, you know, try to tell the story. It's a really simple one. Like, it's nothing like really, you know, amazing. It's just my story, okay? So I'm gonna read it like it is. This is a short story about a giant man. Well, he's not a real giant. In fact, he's just a normal man with many flaws in his actions and behaviors. But there is something you can't really deny. When you are chasing something, like a dream, you suddenly become more than you actually are. You become something great. And in the pursuit of his goals, this little man has also become a little giant. Even with all his flaws, he realized that he can also have a giant heart. This was like the intro, like what I was trying to say. And then we had the first chapter, Tartarus. Well, it wasn't always like that. A long time ago, when this little man was just a little boy, he used to leave his head and his brains at home. I mean, always. So, and I'm not saying that he was a bad guy or that he did all the things without even thinking. He didn't really value all he had. And it's completely normal for a teenager boy, I think. There are so much new things to explore that the last thing he did was to establish priorities, or at least to get them right. And we can talk about so much subjects here, from studies to ephemeral loves. I'm willing to say that he even got the wrong reputation. I think he wasn't that childish. But I'm suspicious to talk about it since I'm like very close to this boy. What I'm trying to prove here, it's as simple as this. Your past actions, all the mistakes of the past, they should stay in the past. You get it? Especially if they don't define you as a person. If it doesn't define your personality. Of course it can have an impact in your future actions, but normally this impact is positive. So, we can say that our life can't be summed up to our criminal record, to our mistakes. And if we're doing it, we're only searching for others' mistakes to use in our favor. We are trying to find excuses to justify our actions through others' past. This was the old concept of Tartarus. And I'm gonna play Tartarus now. Because the whole idea about Tartarus is because life is more than your criminal record. Like just forget everything that is in the past. Don't forget. This is like erasing history. Like I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in people that wants to erase history. Like a lot of people, and lately, are trying to tear down like monuments and all those things because they were built upon, like, for example, slavery and some subjects like this. Sorry. And the thing is, you don't have to do that. You cannot do that because you have to learn with the past, and you cannot learn with the past if you destroy it, if you erase it. If a lot of people are trying to erase everything from the past, and guess what? People won't be able to think like. Just imagine like Holocaust. Like a lot of people deny it because there are a lot of people trying to erase a lot of records that we have about it. Like if you don't teach people at school, about some history, something specific, people will not know it. People will not remember it. And if they, the society will fall in the same mistakes. And this is the same thing in here. Like, don't forget what you've done, but use it to change yourself. Use it to do better. That was the whole idea of Tartarus. Like, we cannot be defined as the person that we were if we try to do something else. Okay? I'm gonna play Tartarus. Sorry, I forgot the guitar. So this is Tartarus. Dwarfs and giants of Stone Age, mean and ugly beasts, creatures of deep Tartarus, tormenting the peace in my eyes. Don't stab the grass of my yard, don't crush the skulls with your hands. Oh, permanent demons, haunting decisions, messing with my shame. Hey! There's an old and rusty trunk in my grandfather's house, holding tightly the little me's without even a small gap, and I feel stuck like a prisoner in the dungeons of my little castle, praying daily to the Lord to come and take my hand. Seconds of stomach explosion, breeze of cold and nipping ice, feelings of love for the past. You have nothing to fear, 'cause life is more than your criminal record. You need to learn how to kill the cyclope. Running away won't make the difference. Embrace the giant in you. Drink more champagne, clear the dust of the photo album. Laugh and mock with yourself. Breathe the air of the dark valley. Drink more champagne, clear the dust of the photo album. Laugh and mock with yourself. Breathe the air of the dark valley. Peter Storm, thank you so much for the cheer. How are you? Welcome. So, guys, this was Tartarus, and it was supposed to be not a chapter, not chapter 1, but an epilogue. No, sorry, a prologue, sorry. Yeah, it came before. So, you know, it isn't part of the story, but I really wanted to talk about it. And in some way, it's what comes before the story. So this is a prologue, and it's Tartarus. And then we begin the true story. We have chapter 1. And Peter Storm and everyone that came by, I'm explaining some of my original songs. And actually, I'm explaining the Book of the Dark Valley, the album that one day I really want to record. So, we had... It's tartar sauce. Oh boy. So this was Tartarus. And then we have chapter 1, Pete the Little Giant. And this is where the story begins. And this is like the chapter. But enough of this. This little man that described himself as a little giant decided that it was time to get rid of all the charges made against him. And so, Pete, as he was called, decided to begin a new life where he could be himself. He even said, "There's a new sheriff in town." In an attempt, to make his stand as a new leader of his life. And with this new life, he kind of changed the world around him. I'm not saying that he was better than anyone else, but you can't deny that he had a different aura surrounding him, filled with hopes and dreams. Undertale reference. He decided that he wanted to be better than all the baddies that crossed him through the years, and began to spread his new way of thinking and living. If you want something in life, reach out and grab it. It's simple as that. Of course, this is not always possible. But Pete was not that kind of man, and he could be little, but he shouldn't doubt a man's faith. And once that someone doubted about his dream, oh boy, Pete got really mad at it, as he believed that he could change his destiny. It's not easy. It's not always possible. But like he used to say, if you never try, you'll never know. And I'm never ready to give up. Yeah, Pete was this kind of guy. You know what gave him reasons to reinforce his belief? It's going to sound mad, but it's true. One day, one little giant girl, as he used to say, landed at his life. And when I say that she landed, I'm not joking. She literally fell on his life and changed it forever. She was like an hurricane, an uncontrollable force that was capable of everything. This little giant girl could make Pete drop from the top of the mountain to the deeps of the abyss and make him jump again to the top of the mountain in like minutes. It seems crazy and incomprehensible at first, but you know what? He liked it in a way he couldn't explain. And when he least expected, he felt it. Pete, this little giant, had fallen in love with the little giant girl. Not some casual kind of love, as you can see. It was the kind of love that is unpredictable, but is true in his most pure form. Pete has finally found his great dream. So this was Pete the Little Giant, the first one. I don't want you to think that I think of me as this. Okay, this is about me. This is about my life. But I don't want you to think that I think of me like, wow, like someone who is wow, completely like godlike. It's nothing like that. And you will understand this at the end, okay, with a storyteller. You're going to understand it. But this was the way that Pete, in this case, was seeing himself. And then Pete the Little Giant was born. And I'm really sorry, I'm not looking that much to the chat. I'm just trying to get this going, okay? I'm trying not to lose the rhythm. But I'm seeing your messages. And Ollie, I hope you are okay. So see, just like I told you, please speak at Discord if you need something. Speak with us. And guys, again, Discord. If you want to join us, it will be amazing. And even to speak about this, maybe I will share this. Maybe I will share this on Discord. That will be amazing. And again, Ollie, thank you so much. And if you need something, just tell me. Thank you so much for being there. If you want something in life, reach out and grab it, unless it could be considered harassment. Oh, bio. Oh, but yeah, I'm casual. Sorry, Brian. Sorry. Okay. Pete the Little Giant, Chapter 1. It's a new day in the lands of men, we come to make a stand. There's a new sheriff in town, he said, and so it all begins. Was just a little giant born to be great. He gave hope and dreams to everyone as he passed through the gate. With the bad boys trying to defeat him one at a time, he made all of them perish to his feet as he made his glorious climb. But his greatest adventure was yet to come. Just let his strong heart pump to the beat of the drum. Oh, this fire, it fills him with burning desire. You can't be deceived by the size of a man who is able to forge his own master plan. Pete was just a little giant born to seek the truth. Every now and then you could see his strives to complete his blossom youth. But then one day he found her and said she's the one. This little giant girl will be the conquest of his run. So he dreamed every single night with this moment of glory, with this endless smile. Oh, desire. You can't be deceived by the size of a man who is able to forge his own master plan. It's a new day in the lands of men. We're gonna make a stand. There's a new sheriff in town, he said, and so it all began. Pijama de Maria, thank you so much for being there and have a great run. Cassie, je vais manger, donc je vais. Bonsoir à tous, merci et à bientôt. Thank you so much for being there. Merci, merci. And I hope you have a great dinner. And I hope you're well. Cassandra, thank you so much for being there. So this was Pete the Little Giant, chapter 1. And then, after this, we had chapter 2, Time to Grow. On Time to Grow, as time has passed, they have both grown. With new responsibilities, some things have to be left behind. It's a natural process, actually, as you have to leave your future needs in order to jump to a new life, an adulthood, life filled with routines. Let's forget my English. Your studies get harder and you begin to work. Instead of getting bothered with choosing your amusement for today, your new concern is to choose a suit and a tie for a new day of work. And when you realize that the funniest period of your life could get to an end sooner than you think, you begin to worry. You begin to think that you may have missed something, and the doubts about your life choices get stronger than they should be. You're in a phase where you can't really decide which scenario is better. A night out, full of drinks and dances and places, or a relaxing session at home with the ones you love. Everything has its balance, and this type of situations are not exception. However, the fear of wasting our glory days without getting the most out of them haunts us and can really make us doubt about everything. And sometimes, with this in mind, mistakes can be made. So I think you can see that I was laying down the seeds for what was happening. I was only speaking about what I was feeling. Like I really felt like some people feel like they are completely, they are completely missing life just because, because they are attached to someone, to something, because, people always think that they don't have time to do everything and they have to be wild or something. Or the other part, or maybe people don't want to do nothing at all. We all have different approaches to life. In this case, what I was feeling was the person I was with wasn't giving value to life, just because it wasn't like parties all night, and parties and drinks. And, it happens. It happens. People grow at different rates, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But Time to Grow is about this. It's about exactly this, like learning that suddenly, like, you'll have to grow, like you freaking love to do a lot of things, but there's a time when you have to realize, like, and it's something I don't want you to mistake what I'm saying. You don't have to leave things that you like when you're a kid or you're a teenager. I freaking love Pokemon. I freaking love to game. It's not that. But you have to learn that life has consequences. And when you do something because you don't feel, like you feel like you're too attached to something and you have to leave it for a while. For example, in my case, you have to understand that it's going to have consequences because you're not godlike, something will happen. And it's about this. It's about learning how to grow and understanding that growing is a process in which you have to be, in some way responsible. So You can enjoy everything, but with responsibility. And this is time to grow. I've learned some English in a funny way since I came to your stream. Peter Storm, thank you so much. And thank you for the cheer again. Thank you. Time to grow. Grow, 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 grow. I always add some difficulties trying to say grow. I'm jealous of seeing those kids at the street with their bicycle and balloons. Some can't even get up on their feet. Well, I'm leaving this small world soon. 100 miles I have to run. So many things I've left undone. Oh, turn on the light, please let me in. Oh, my glory days were about to begin. The future is here, so close to the start. I'm already jumping to the hardest part. There's a life in front of me. As a grown-up, I want it to be. It's now that I see all my sweet dreams are gone. It's time to move on and restart. A uniform I have to use, suitcase and nice tie, and the transport to choose. But turn on the light, please let me in. My glory days were about to begin. The future is here, so close to the start. I'm already jumping to the hardest part. But turn on the light, please let me in. My glory days were about to begin. The future is here, so close to the start. I'm already jumping to the hardest part. Know that a time has come, and now I'm here all alone. Now I know that a moment is now. It's time to grow. And this is time to grow. It's okay, sweet. Don't forget to learn how to play Time to Grow. Winter is gone. Chapter 3. And all of a sudden, it's gone. In the blink of an eye, our dreams slips from our hands and disappear without leaving a trace. This seems odd, but it can happen, as it happened to Pete. When everything was getting in the right places, the sky turned black and a little giant girl ran away without any kind of valid explanation. Maybe she gave in to the fear of not being able to go along all the opportunities and invitations. Well, this threw Pete back to the Pete where he came from. However, he already made a stand. He was never gonna give up from his dreams, and he knew that she would come back. You see, love is strange. You can try to think of many ways to get rid of it, but in the end, it gets back to only you. It happened also to Pete when he had his little doubts. Although he never disappeared, he also had his moments of weakness. But in the end, all directions would lead him to her. It was always like this, and it would always be. He didn't know when, he didn't know how. He just knew that she would come back to him. After all, their hearts have made a vow of true love to one another. As she once said, she dreamed of a movie kind of love, and he was willing to give it to her. And this is Nights of Darkness. No, this is Winter is Gone, sorry. It's chapter 3. I have to go, by the way, I really like this song. Good stream for you guys. Peterson, thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for being there. You're awesome. Thank you. And Nadia, welcome back. Welcome back. So this was the moment of the breakup, as you can understand. And this song is called Winter is Gone. Some of those songs are not finished. I have to learn how to make some new things with them. But I'm really, really willing to do it, you know? Winter was there when we've decided to run. The sky was black and we couldn't see the sun. I left all we loved and kept for you. But knowing where we're looking, you disappear too. All that was ours is now long gone. And it's not that we're not coming back, but when? Maybe when the color falls from the trees, it's gonna be a blind adventure. We're gonna fall like leaves. We'll be alright, holding on a few weeks. Promise me you will find us someday. Please, please, it's so good to be right here. Why can't you hear the words I say? Maybe time isn't kind with us, 'cause he doesn't know that we exist. He keeps his natural curse, and the only thing that he gave us was long night drinks and words full of remorse. We don't know when don't know how. We can guess now all the things that we went through won't let us go down. We don't know when, don't know how. We can guess now. Pick the strings of your lost heart and fix your broken vow. Pick the strings of your lost heart and fix your broken vow. Pick the strings of your lost heart and fix your broken vow. So this was Winter Is Gone. As you can see, it's not finished. Like, I feel like something has to change on the song. But the whole idea is this, like, we don't know when, don't know how, we can guess now. Just pick the strings of your lost art and fix your broken vow. Like, I think you can understand what I'm trying to say here. Sweet, I'm cleaning the list. Thank you so much for reminding me. I think you can understand what I'm trying to say here. Like, I truly believe, that people can change the way things work, and on that way, like at that moment, I was thinking to myself, well, I can change this, and I'm sure that one day, things will work out. Who knows? Like, I'm not counting on it, but who knows? Maybe things work that way. Maybe one day we'll be, we'll be back to someone that was someone to us. We don't know, like we don't know what life can give it to us, Like I have another song. It's not on this, but where is the song? Oh, I don't have it here. Oh, there is Where the Moonlight Meets the Sea, and it's the same thing. Like, take me to the place that you promised. Ride one last time with me. Let's talk about our lost love, where the moonlight meets the sea. It's like actually, this was a quote that Ibrahim sent me. About one day when you're old and gray, after you lived a life full of meaning and depth, your lover will come for you again. The two of you will take one final walk together, and the moon shall at last meet the sea. We don't know. Things like this can happen. We don't know. We don't know when. We don't know how. We can guess now, but sometimes things like this happen. And this was like the way I was thinking about the whole situation on that moment. Like, well, okay, maybe things can work out. Not now, but maybe one day. And like I said in Pete the Little Giant, Pete is a guy that really tries to do things and to reach his goals, and he was trying. He was trying to get the best of the worst situation. Then we had chapter 4, Nights of Darkness. I already sang this one. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can sing it again. Yeah. Well, Pete was not as strong as you may think. I know that I've been portraying him as a godlike figure that can change his destiny at his own will and can never be demoralized. This is not true, though. While she was gone, Pete wasn't able to deal with everything that tormented him. He missed her so much that you could see him looking at her photographs every night, smiling with tears dropping down his cheeks until he was finally defeated by the fatigue and fall asleep. Every subject had something to do with her in his head. I think it is normal when you're in love, but it can get a little more intense when you're missing the person that you gave your life. And so he saw her everywhere and thought of every scenario where he could have some kind of fault on her disappearance. It was a pure sensation of despair that he couldn't control. Actually, let me just tell you one thing. I don't know if Lucky Unicorn is there. I don't know even if you heard this, but I think you can see how I am. Like, some years ago, I thought the same thing. Like, when you think that you are trying to do everything in your hands, everything that is possible, and things don't go your way. And Pete is like that. And as Pete, I am like that. Like, I'm always thinking, well, maybe it was me. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe it was my my own fault. You changed my destiny, though. Much love, Pete. Oh, Sky Hunter. Thank you so much for a resub. How are you? I'm telling the story of the Book of the Dark Valley, the original songs. Thank you so much for a resub. How are you, man? Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah. I have to record this song, even if it's just a demo, just to send you. My guy, you gotta stop making me cry. Oh no, I'm not making you cry. So, Nights of Darkness. Sometimes, I think I'm not the only one, but sometimes I feel like I have all the fault in the world. Like, it's all my fault. When something doesn't go as I plan, it's because I didn't do enough. And it's the same thing in a relationship and work and everywhere. Like, I'm like that. I tend to think that I'm the failure, not not other things. It's me, and then the others. So this is Nights of Darkness. I already sang it, but I'm gonna sing it again. My note page is open, groceries and some clothes, and this present for our day that I know we won't celebrate. You were the brightest star, you were the queen of my thoughts. But you stole me from myself and fixed it with kisses in winter and fall. And I thought you were mine to keep as a golden treasure hidden deep. But it's a lie, and I know who lied. I know who's the liar. My note page is open, strike through above letters, and your name is a head to kill, whose face escaped from my shelters. Darkness, hear the light, unite, threw me into the holes, in the solitude of my room. But I would understand soon, I would understand soon. and I thought you were mine to keep as a golden treasure, hidden deep. But it's a lie, and I know a lie. I know who's a liar. It was me. This was Nights of Darkness. And it was chapter 4. Oh, we're still on chapter 4. Oh, damn. BG, you should be sleeping, BG. Come on. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube and maybe post it on Discord. Only for, maybe I'm gonna leave the link on Discord, and I'm not gonna turn the video public, but I'm gonna leave it on Discord as not listed, and you can check it out. Please, BG, just go to sleep. You need to. It's almost 3 a.m. there. Thank you so much for being there. Then we have chapter 5, Nemo. BG, thank you so much. Just go to sleep right away. Thank you so much. You're the best one. I'm not going to open that until we reach 2,000 followers. I promise. Have a great night. Then we have chapter 5, Nemo. And it's called Nemo because in Latin, Nemo is no one. And at that moment, I was thinking I was feeling like no one, and I was like Nemo. I was reading Into the Wild, the book, and there was a chapter about that. And I was like, geez, this is exactly what I'm feeling. And I just named this song Nemo. There was only a solution that could solve Pete's problem. And when I say that it could solve Pete's problem, I'm saying that it could disguise his problem for a short time. He found that he could get rid of some sadness if he could get to one of the few places that could make him happy. And so Pete began to dream. He dreamed with the wind, the sun, and the sea, the place where no man can practice any kind of badness. It was the only way that he could think of to avoid more sadness and depression. In the sea of his dreams, Pete was Nemo. In the sea of his dreams, Pete was no one, and with that he could avoid all the madness from the real world, unless there was another way to fight this lack of will to live. Yeah, Pete was feeling like this. I think that, some of us kind of felt like this, at least once in our lives. Not like, I'm not telling like, calm down. Yeah, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, you feel like apathic. It's that the way we say it. Like, you don't feel joy in doing anything, and you just live. You're just there. And I was feeling like it. I really feel like a lot of us went through that, and in the pandemic, oh boy, a lot of us went through that. Like I went again through that during the pandemic. Sometimes I feel like it. Like sometimes I feel like I'm just shit. And I'm just here, like, populating the world, but doing anything else, because nothing can give me joy at that moment. But there's always a way out. This is Nemo. Sky Hunter, yes. I found a way to sleep, to keep the lights away from me. The wind, the sun, the waves, and the sea look so much better when I dream. Is this the end? Is this the end? See through me. See how the days are harder than the nights. See how it kills you. Oh. If you don't close your eyes, eyes. From the bottom of the ocean I restart. No more laws or fears, no more evil. Freedom finds its way against the shore. Here I am, Nemo, and no one else. See through me. See how the days are harder than the nights. See how it kills you. Oh. If you don't close your eyes, is this the end? Is this the end? Is this the end? Is this the end? Oh, this land of the living is not fair for our dreams. They sink and get drowned here. They're taken away from our reach. Deep down in the oceans, far from the waves of reality, I found myself and I found Nemo. I am Nemo and no one else. I am Nemo and no one else. I am Nemo and no one else. So this is Nemo. It's a different song. It's a more depressing song. But you know, I was like this. I'm not joking. Like I was feeling like this. So you know, at that moment, the things that I really wanted to say were precisely this. You know, and I think it's okay to be like this from time to time. If you have, you know, if you take care and if you don't go too deep. Like I didn't go too deep. You know, I think sometimes it's completely normal to have those kind of moments. Cassie, thank you. Merci. It was beautiful. Winfred, thank you. Thank you. Then we have chapter 6, No Home for Travelers. I don't have the song for this yet. I have the lyrics. But I'm going to read the chapter and then the lyrics of the song. And I'm going to try to explain what I wanted with this song. Suddenly, Pete realized that there was another way to fight his anxiety towards the big world that he was in. You know which is the best way to defeat your problems? You have to look them in the eyes and face them, conquer them. Well, it is true that one of his problems wasn't anywhere to be found, but the world and all that it represents. Everyone deserves to explore the world and conquer it. Conquer. Jeez. And if Pete could conquer the world, then he could conquer his fears, and he could even be able to gather forces and fight for his dreams, for his love and his glory. It was a perfect plan. And so, driven by the wind and all the natural environment, he began his quest. He tried to see everything, to open new doors, to feel something more, to climb the hardest mountains. And when he stopped to breathe, he realized something. He realized that the purpose of life was not to fear the challenges and obstacles that it offers us. We don't have to conquer the world to be and to feel realized with ourselves. We have to conquer our own lives, our own fears. We must overcome them to achieve our greatness and to fight for our dreams. I know, Pete was this kind of guy that repeated himself over and over again when he knew that he was right. But you can't be mad at him. He's just a dreamer that is in love with the little giant girl. After experiencing all this, he finally got back his will to fight for her. And so it began. This is like the chapter, No Home for Travelers, chapter 6. I can read you the lyrics, the draft of the lyrics. This sound that doesn't stop runs with a dirty wind. It's better not to stop. It's better to keep my feet moving. 'Cause home is nowhere. Home is no man. Home is no land. Life is everywhere. This song is one of the best lyrics. One of the lyrics that I like the most, and I don't even have the song yet. To see everything, to open a different door, to shout in times of silence, to feel something more, to be the closest to happiness and then be quiet at dawn. Is it the treasure I seek? Is it another distraction? Is it a waste of time? Breathe. Hold your thoughts a little while. You're almost there. Everything will change. Climb the mountain anywhere. Climb it anytime. Everywhere. Life is everywhere. No home for travelers who don't seek time or gold. No home for travelers. No home for travelers. And the avalanche will get me, will hurt me, tear me apart. I'll try to ignore it, turn it into a ghost. I'll try to forget and leave it behind. To feel something more, to feel something more, to feel something new, to never close any door, to not fear tomorrow. No home for travelers who don't seek time or gold. No home for travelers, no home for travelers. This is the purpose of all. This is the lyrics of the song. My idea of this song is something upbeat, like something that is really upbeat, like that doesn't end. Like it's something that is kind of built up. I don't know if you know Yancy from Sigur Rós. Let me just see if I can show you just a little bit of the song without getting DMCA'd. To be honest, I don't even remember what song this is. Go do? No. Let me see. No. Animal Arithmetic? Maybe? Like this. Like something really kind of messy and out of nowhere. Like there's a line when I say breathe. And when I say breathe, like the song kind of stops, and I think there's something like it on this song. Breathe, like something like this, and then you go over again. This was kind of the inspiration for this song that I still don't have, but I'm gonna work on it. But this is No Home for Travelers, and it's a song that I freaking love. And I don't have the song yet. Faye, how are you? Oscar, man. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I'm talking about my original songs. Like, Pedro, your secret to singing so well. Cassie, I don't know. I don't sing so well. But thank you, but I don't have any kind of secret. I promise. Then we have chapter 7, Atlas. Atlas is the name of a titan, I think. I think it's a titan that was condemned to hold the world on his shoulders. I think it's Atlas, right? And the chapter, it's only this. She only left one thing behind when she ran away. Silence. It's as short as it can be. It's just this. She only left one thing behind when she ran away. Silence. It's just this. Because this is the only song that we can kind of think about on the little giant girl point of view, or something related to her. Because like whenever I'm singing about what I'm feeling. On this one, I was trying to guess what was on the little giant girl mind. I don't have the song complete again, but it goes something like this. Here comes the woman with a sky on her shoulders, scars of fear on her face, a soul full of regrets, in a head filled with voices of madness and despair. She is haunted by her actions and the walls that she built. Don't fear me, come near. I'm not the devil you're running from. Don't hide your demons anymore. Let the tears flow with no shame. The stars, they shine to everyone. You don't need to carry their weight. It's a long dark night and you can't be afraid, 'cause the sun will arise. All those nightmares will end. Don't fear me, come near. I'm not the devil you're running from. Don't hide your demons anymore. Let the tears flow with no shame. The stars, they shine to everyone. You don't need to carry their weight. You look like an actress in the story of Atlas. You look like an actress in the story of Atlas. Don't hide your demons anymore. Let the tears flow with no shame. The stars, they shine to everyone. You don't need to carry their weight. You look like an actress In the story of Atlas, you look like an actress. In the story of Atlas, oh, you look like an actress. In the story of Atlas, you look like an actress. Oh, oh, oh. It's not yet finished, but this is Atlas. Like the idea, it's finished, but I still need to work on some instrumentals and all those things. And even like I really wanted to say like you look like an actress in the story of Atlas, trying to say this like because the old thing about is the stars they shine to everyone. You don't need to carry their weight. Like you don't need to carry the weight of the stars because in some way. When I was thinking about this song, when I was writing it, I was thinking to myself, like, well, maybe I'm kind of, sometimes people run away because they kind of feel some pressure or something. And I was trying to tell, like, you don't need, to carry the weight of everything. Okay, maybe you fucked up. And when I say you, I'm not telling about someone specific, like, I'm talking about everyone. Like, maybe you fucked up. But you don't need to carry that weight like for a long time. It's like Tartarus, you cannot let your criminal record define you for your whole life. So you deserve to smile in some way, because the stars they shine to everyone, even when someone do something really bad. If there's a will to change, and I'm speaking about extreme cases, but if there's a will to change, I don't know. I think that. The stars, they really shine to everyone, That's what I feel. Mr. Mello, I'm off now. Have a good stream. See you soon, friend. Bye, chat. Keep behaving and trumping on. Oh, no. I'm gonna trumpet, but not today, I think. Maybe in the next stream. On Thursday. Chapter 8. Revolution. Pete got a revolution in his hands and in his head. He finally realized that his life is to live, and only is. Who said that you can only make a mistake once? Who has the right to say that our action is a mistake? Back from the ashes, he raised and began to put his plan into action. He realized that without sadness and all the troubles, there wouldn't be laughs and calm. It didn't matter where he came from or why he did this before. This was the present, and the mistakes from the past wouldn't influence his fight. This was his moment, the moment when Pete, a little giant, would become a general of his own army. This was the moment that would define Pete as a man. He sought triumph, and he finally found it. Revolution. The song is not finished, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of of the song. Okay, like my idea of the song. Like I'm thinking of something like. Don't you feel the country burning? I am turning into ashes now. But I know I will rise like a phoenix. I will get out of here somehow. I've been waiting and all of a sudden the rebellion is set on a move. The enlightenment of treason to kings. Now we have our chance to improve. Little boys become generous. Little men become bigger. Revolution, I want you younger. Revolution, I wanted you sooner. And the song goes on and on. But I freaking love this chorus. I don't know why, but I freaking love it. Little boys become generous. Little men become bigger. Revolution, I wanted you younger. Revolution, I wanted you sooner. Like this is part of the song. Okay, I have the lyrics for the rest of it, but I'm still working on it for a long time. You know, one day I will have to sit and try to do something different. I'll have to try to make this work because I freaking love these songs, being honest. Yeah, this was revolution. Like the moment when Pete realized that his life was his, so he had to do something for himself. And then we have chapter 10, Chasing the Dawn. This was his moment of glory. And so he thought, and he searched, and he dreamed, and he stumbled across the roads, the mountains, the oceans. He remembered her hair with more and more clarity. A beautiful blonde hair. That made him go further and further despite all the adversities. He only had one goal: to retrieve his little giant girl from her ivory tower and give her back her crown, her rusty crown. All those years, as it seemed to him, had to be worthy. He came too far to give up and declare defeat. And all of a sudden, without warning, there she was. There's a thing that I freaking loved about this song is the ivory tower thing, like about having someone in an ivory tower, like having someone in a place you cannot reach. You know, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of made me want to build the song around it, and it's only present like in the last sentence of the song, but I really felt it. Like sometimes people think that they are in a higher place and nothing can reach them. Well, guess what? I was trying to reach it. Dude, you love too hard. No, I just tried to do it properly. You know, sometimes, I'm being honest, sometimes I feel like people in the 21st century just don't know how to. I'm not telling anyone how to love. It's not that. But sometimes I feel like people don't know, like people don't know how to love. It's that. Like I'm not saying that I do it the best way. No, not at all. But sometimes I feel like people don't even know what that is anymore. Like people are so selfish, you know? And you know, it's really I would really love to change something, you know, about the way people do it. Maybe I do it like in the worst way possible. But at least I try to do something about it. I don't run away. Maybe I did in the past, yeah, but I tend to not run away. You know, and all this was about that, about all those, you know, all that scenario of not running away, trying to fight. When I was your age, people knew how to love. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that, sweet. Oh boy, Chasing the Dawn. Reaching the end of the road, I still haven't found my shit apart. It's not like everyone told me I couldn't solve all the wars I've started. My dear love, my dear friend, do you remember those days at a party? Every sound was so wonderful and smooth, and now I'm just lost in the dark. Bring the light back to me, bring it all over again. Let your sweetest voice cover this incomplete man. I know it was late when I learned how to trust. Be patient, my darling, don't turn me to dust. I've passed through some oceans and mountains, hoping to find you somewhere out there. Even the stumbles and falls of this lonely road couldn't keep me from seeing your blonde hair. My dear love, oh my dear friend, do you remember those days at a lake? Your smile could drive me oh so speechless. I want you, I'm ready to awake. Bring the light back to me, bring it all over again. Let your sweetest voice cover this incomplete man. I know it was late when I learned how to trust. Be patient, my darling, don't turn me to dust. Years have passed since she's been gone. 1,000 miles fulfill my feet. I can see the light of this coming dawn. I came too far to just declare defeat. Bring the light back to me, bring it all over again. Let your sweetest voice cover this incomplete man. My faith will cheer your ivory tower down, and I will return you that old and rusty crown. Chasing the Dawn. And then we had chapter 11? Yeah, chapter 11. And it's one of the most played songs on this stream, actually. The Bourbon Tissue. And so she began to talk. She talked about the suffering she had been through all this journey, regretting some of the decisions she made. She gradually faded into her own darkness, building walls that kept Pete away. She was haunted by all her nightmares and thought the only way to get rid of them was to run away from her little giant. Without noticing, Pete was holding her in his arms after all those confrontations and disagreements. It was the best feeling she had in a long, long time. All this distance made him stronger and more confident, capable of providing all the safety she needed. Together, they could go wherever they want again. They were finally in the right places. And this was the bourbon tissue story, the bourbon tissue chapter. When they got together again and they realized they grown up, they could do something better out of that situation. And this is the bourbon tissue. The ship left the seaport of Lisbon. Alone knew the ropes and the sea, and the white tissue soaked in bourbon left the path that led you to me. And the war has built an armor around my tearful heart. Don't worry, my princess, don't cry. My body is yours again like it was right at the start. Together we can take the wheel and take this ship to the sky. Joanna, don't suffer anymore. Clear your tears to my bourbon tissue. Put your hands on my chest and see how light it is. It was hell, Joanna, to miss you. And the war has built an army around my tearful heart. Don't worry, my princess, don't cry. My body is yours again like it was right at the start. Together we can take the wheel and take this ship to the sky. Built an army around my tearful heart. Don't worry, my princess, don't cry. My body is yours again like it was right at the start. Together we can take the wheel and take this ship to the sky. The bourbon tissue. And then we have chapter 12 or 13, I'm not even sure anymore. The storyteller. And this is when you realize what I was saying in the beginning. Most men, they'll tell you a story straight through. It won't be complicated, but it won't be interesting either. And here we are. After all these years, the story has never changed. Of course, some things didn't happen as they were narrated. You see, you can't just sit down and wait for a movie kind of story to happen to you. And if you expect this, you're going to have a bad time. Despite all our dreams and fantasies, reality can be harsh and boring as hell. Maybe Pete wasn't that brave or strong as he was introduced. Maybe the little giant girl wasn't a literal hurricane. But if the story requires you to pay some attention, maybe it has to become a bit bigger than it really is. The most important part of the story is the end, but you can make the journey as interesting as the end, or even more. All you need is imagination and patience. Maybe Pete was just a storyteller that wanted to make his life a fairy tale, that wanted all this story to be true. But there's one thing you can't deny: love can surpass the boundaries of reality. You just have to look after it and never give up, just like Pete. In the end, it's the most sensational feeling in the world, whether your dreams come true or not. So, this was the whole concept behind a storyteller. Sometimes people tend to tell stories not the way they were, but the way they wanted it to be. And the whole thing about the Book of the Dark Valley is exactly this. First lesson: don't rely on your criminal record for anything. I mean, not your criminal record, of course, but you understood me. But don't rely on the past, like on your mistakes of the past. And the second one: live your life, love, but don't forget to love yourself as well. Do everything you can for the ones you love, but don't forget to love yourself during the way, because you cannot love anyone if you don't love yourself in some way, if you don't take care of yourself. And the other thing is, okay, just one thing, and that's why I was telling, like, I feel like it's not the same thing nowadays. The old the old love story. It's not the same thing as I think it was. Maybe it wasn't like I portray it, but I feel like nowadays people are living for the moment. People are living for what is good in that moment, for them, and mainly for them. People are selfish. People are living to get likes on Instagram. People are living to get likes on TikTok. People are living to have comments on YouTube, and thumbs up and all those things. Like, people aren't living for people. People are living for themselves, and it kind of bugs me off, because that is not, that is so, we can do so much more, and that's the whole thing about my issues with love, in some way during the past few years. Or maybe it was me growing up and understanding that things are not the way I portrayed them. Maybe I'm just realizing that life is like this, but I don't want to live a life like this. And if I have the opportunity to change it, I'm gonna change it. And that's why I wrote all of this. Like, I tried to share my story. The story of that period of my life, of course, is not my story. It's just part of my story. But because I wanted to tell people, like, well, even if it went wrong, I truly loved and I truly did things, and that people will always have a special place in my heart. She changed me, for real. And I really hope it was for the best. But she changed me. I'm sure of it. But don't erase everything that happened to you. Just live with it. Just hold it next to you, and try to improve. Try to do something better. And try to do things, try to do things the best way possible for you and to everyone else. That's just, what I wanted with all of this. Let's try to be less selfish and, more lovely to one another. And this is the storyteller, the last part. Sometimes, like on Instagram, people tend to tell stories not the way they were, but the way they feel like it should be. We open Instagram, and you see a lot of smiling faces. I don't want to see people crying on Instagram. It's not that. What I'm saying is, people tend to make up the reality of their lives. That is not the way. you know? People need to be authentic in some way. Because, sometimes people just don't understand that what you're seeing on social media isn't the reality. All of us, we are storytellers. And I was kind of a storyteller on this tale. And this is a story. The story about the storyteller. Matapatos, muito obrigado pelo raid. Bem-vindos. Muito bem-vindos. Eu estava a contar a história do EP que eu tenho e de algumas músicas que tenho também originais. Muito obrigado, Matapatos, pelo raid. Muito, muito obrigado. Espero que gostem. Eu sou o Pedro, ou Pete on the Radio. Sou de Braga, Portugal. Eu vou cantar uma música original. Espero que gostem. He told his first story in the park. All the bad boys have made him fall apart. He spoke about his bravery, and he found some comfort there. And who can this man be? He's burning all his memories. He found that every single life is all you wanted to be. The storyteller with his voice that kind of nice. The storyteller with a life full of greatness and wine. The storyteller, nothing seems more perfect than life. The storyteller, let him do what he does best in life. He sang his last story to the sky, the adventures of how we learn to fly. He spoke about his greatness, and he found some comfort there. Because tales aren't about life, but your life can be a tale. It's all about what man wants, except its very own end. It's one of those times when all the things are wrong. He must sow all the crimes to be a part of this song. The storyteller, a nervous little boy. The storyteller, only tales can give him joy. The storyteller, nothing seems more perfect than life. The storyteller, let him be happy in his life. And so this is a storyteller. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me just show you one last thing because I was thinking of speaking about my album in some way, and let me just end the story. I'm gonna read the epilogue because this story doesn't end with the storyteller, guys. Actually, wow. Now that the story is told, we can only say that his darker days are gone. No more chains, no more pressures, no more feelings of guilty. It was needed to go to the deep, to research, to rise stronger than ever. And this is the last lesson from this tale. Don't ever give up on your dreams while you believe in them and make them your reality. At the end of the day, only the strongs and the fools can reach their goals. Well, there's a time when a man needs to fight, and a time when he needs to accept that his destiny is lost. The ship has sailed, and only a fool would continue. Truth is, Pete was a fool, a little giant fool. You know, there are some fish that cannot be caught. It's not that they are faster or stronger than other fish, they're just touched by something extra. And that was what made Pete so special and victorious. A man tells his story so many times that he becomes the stories. They live on after him, and in that way he becomes immortal. And this was the end of the old concept of the Book of the Dark Valley. And it ended with a song named Rise. Rise was actually the first song that I wrote alone. It isn't that great. It's not. It has a lot of room for improvement, but you know, it's mine. It was the first one that I did. And in a way, it kind of makes me feel warm because it was my first song, you know? My first real song from the beginning to the end. It was the first one that I did alone. And I'm going to play it, okay? It's called Rise. Mental, how are you? Welcome. My own memories of darkness are now far, far away. Those starting rusty chains are growing weaker every day. I need to get out, I need to leave it all behind. This feeling of freedom is flowing deep into my mind. But the beasts of the wild are still keeping my track. And all of a sudden I see them holding me back. Fall now so you can rise again, again. That's the road to become a stronger man. Don't be the lamb that they once knew. Rise as a lion that's sleeping inside you. The lights of hope are showing slowly in this cave. And I can't see no reason to keep on and still be brave. But then again I hear the song of freedom in the air. My lungs are filled, it's time for me to go and face the bear. The garden of the gates will try to make me retreat. But I'm not going back, I won't accept my own defeat. Fall now so you can rise again, again. That's the road to become a stronger man. Don't be the lamb that they once knew. Rise as the lion that's sleeping inside you. A new sun arrived when the battle reached the end. The beast was almost falling when it finally made me bend. I looked it in the eyes and said, you have no control. You can steal my body, but you won't conquer my soul. Fall now so you can rise again, again. That's the road to become a stronger man. Don't be the lamb that they once knew. Rise as the lion that's sleeping inside. Rise as the lion that's sleeping inside. Rise as the lion that's sleeping inside you. And this was Rise, and this is the end of the Book of the Dark Valley.